Good afternoon, everyone. Sure seems like a long time ago since this COVID pandemic began. Not sure about you, but I don't hardly remember life before it. And at that time, there were never enough hours in the day. As I've said before, there was not a COVID-19 playbook then, and there sure as heck is not one now. This public health emergency is unlike anything our world has seen for more than a century, and our successful mitigation depends on what we do literally today. It was in the national news that the winter of 2020 could be the darkest winter in American history because of death and illness. While no one knows for sure what the future holds, those very words should make us stop, think about our individual lives, and ask ourselves if we are doing the right things associated with hand washing, social distancing, face covering, and awareness. While the future is still very much unknown, my message today is more about the effects of what we have already experienced because of this global pandemic, which, by the way, began for us just over 2 short months ago. Over the last 7+ years, we have all accomplished a great deal, and I really thought we were well on our way to continuing the momentum because so much is left to be done. I know that there is never a perfect environment, but as I have watched members of the ISP, more than 1,700 strong, I'm continually inspired by your service, self-sacrifice, and your commitment. As we move forward and into the next fiscal year, there are several points that I feel I need to share and, frankly, be very candid about. Number one, this fiscal situation that we have found ourselves in is no one's fault. Indiana has historically been a very conservative state, which will allow us options that very few other states, counties, or municipalities have around the country. Number two, the state budget director told me just today that the April general fund revenue target was missed by almost $1 billion. Additionally, unofficial estimates prepared internally indicate that we could miss projected revenue by $3.5 billion this biennium, which concludes June 30th of 2021. Number three, I believe that the challenges we are facing are not insurmountable, but will require patience, understanding, and thought. My goal is to maintain what we have today, to maintain the level of service we provide, and for the short term, do what we need to do and not what we would want to do. As with any budget, large or small, personal or business, if revenue decreases, we must also decrease expenses. Some of the expenses, such as traveling, training, overtime, and employee backfill, will be reviewed in great detail, as you would expect. The most valuable asset that the Indiana State Police has is you. Again, the position we all find ourselves in is no one's fault. Remember, this global pandemic does not pick and choose, so neither will the economic crisis when the virus subsides. I have so much appreciated your willingness to telework, to make schedule adjustments, and the many other creative changes that have allowed us to continue providing services that our state relies on us to do. I suspect that over time, the way we work will permanently change, but I will not permanently adjust just because it's the easy thing to do, rather because the change is the right thing to do at the right time. Thank you for your patience, and there will be plenty more to come as we follow Governor Holcomb's plan for all of us to get back on track, and eventually we will. There has been much discussion from all of our areas, divisions, districts, and sections to be allowed to quickly get back to a normal work rhythm. I have received very detailed planning documents from CVED, Special Operations, the ISP Laboratory, Special Investigations, Training, and the North and South Zones. The work products are very thoughtful, and significant consideration was given to employee safety as we move towards integration of our new reality. For the time being, though, we must continue to follow guidance from our national and statewide experts. Remember, if the trends we see today do not continue, we might have to repeat these last 4 to 8 weeks. We all must do our part to make sure that that does not happen. As I've said from the very beginning of this crisis, you must take care of yourselves first, your families, and then you can take care of others and the many different facets of service that you represent to the ISP and to our citizens. This is very disturbing, but more than 36 million Americans have either been laid off, furloughed, or otherwise lost their jobs. Our citizens are struggling and in most cases lack any real hope, at least for the time being. As each of you know so very well, the fear of the unknown is very real. We are so very fortunate. So please be cognizant that crime, mental health issues, fear, and frustration, to name a few, is certainly on the rise with our citizens. We should all be mindful of discretion, compassion, and empathy as we go about our day-to-day lives whenever we can. I have told you all along that I would never intentionally mislead you or not be truthful when we must have difficult conversations or face difficult times. Well, right now, we're experiencing both. And while I know this video option is not the best way to communicate, I thought it would be appropriate for this message because any other way would have been too impersonal and you deserve more. I assure you that I will face this head on and with each of you in my mind. To our civilian workforce and our regional dispatch centers, our laboratories, logistics, fiscal, our fusion center, CJDD, human resources, legal, cyber, crime analysis, and also to the recruits from the 80th class. They're ready to get underway but are in temporary limbo. Thank you all. You're owed a sincere debt of gratitude and appreciation for all you do. In closing, this is not a message that I wanted to share. And if there was any way I could fight this battle alone, I would, but I simply cannot. Unfortunately, it's going to take all of us. And with all of us, we will prevail. We will get through this period of time. We all are forever changed. And this period of time will historically be viewed as one of the more challenging times, not only in American history, but for the entire global population. This is not something that we can fix, rather something that for the time being, we must endure. Please do all you can to stay healthy. Take care of those around you. And as I said at the conclusion of the virtual memorial service last week, I long for the day when we can all safely come together again. Please be well.